Hello everyone, welcome to the Alteryx tutorials. In this video, we are going to start discussing about the important tools in Alteryx. The tools that would help you carry out the different tasks that are really important throughout your Alteryx journey. So, without any further ado, let us start with this video. First of all, before jumping into the tools part, let us download the dataset. Now this dataset that we are going to download is going to be used throughout this course. So it is important for you to have a copy of this dataset for you as well. So how do we download this? First of all, what you need to do is simply Google sample Superstore dataset, like I have Googled over here. Now once you do that, the first link that would come up would be a Tableau community. So let's just click on this link, and this is actually a data set that has the different types of information, like the 5 data types of Alteryx that we have just learned are all supported in this particular data set. It has around 10,000 records, so it is easier for you to understand the concepts and practice it on this kind of a data set. It is available for free, so you can use it as many times as you want. Now once this link is open, here you can see this is an Excel file. You can just simply click on download and store it into the location that you want. So since I have already downloaded it over here, sample-superstore.xlx, as you can see, so I'm not going to re-download it, but you can just save it. Now once you have downloaded the dataset, let's come back to our Alteryx tool. Here today I'm going to discuss about the browse tool in Alteryx. Now the browse tool is a really important tool, and here I have actually implemented the browse tool. But what I'm going to do is just delete all of this functionality and show you once again that how it is working. Okay. So first of all, let's understand what is a browse tool. As you can see, we have in this favorites tab, the browse tool is available, but if you check the in out tab, that's where the browse tool would be present. Okay. So the browse tool is used to view the data from a connected tool. What do you mean by a connected tool? That means the browse tool, if you just bring it over here like this, then it won't be able to show you some data. It needs some kind of a tool. So browse tool is actually a connected tool. Okay, so we can see the data profile for multiple columns at once in a single holistic view, or for a single column of the data. We can see the information on a data type, the number of records, the quality of the data, and a variety of other statistics as well using the browse tool. In case of a spatial report or a behavioral data analysis, the type is connected and additional tab is available in the browse tool that shows the preview of the actual object on a map or a report. Okay, so browse tool, if you just bring it up, let's understand this. This thing that's green over here is known as an anchor. It has one anchor, that is the input anchor. Now if you just bring up this input data tool, which we have already used, you can see it also has one anchor, but it has the shape of the anchor of the browse tool and the input tool is different. So the input tool has an output anchor. That means the input tool contains the data and it gives its data to some other tool. Browse tool, on the other hand, cannot exist independently. It needs some other tool to exist. That's why it takes the data from some other tool, and to take the data from some other tool, it needs an anchor. That's why to use the browse tool, at least the input tool should be present, so that it acts as an input anchor and this acts as a receiving anchor for itself. Okay, so let us now see how can we use the data, or use the browse tool to show the data profile. Okay, so first of all, we have this input tool. Using this input tool, what I'm going to do is actually import a file into Alteryx. Okay, the sample Superstore dataset file that we have just downloaded, that is the file that I'm going to import. So let's go to file and select file. Here is the sample Superstore file. Let us open it. Now it asks for a sheet, so the orders sheet is what I'm going to go with. Let's just click on OK. So after a few seconds, you can see that here in the configuration panel, we have this whole data set. Right now, only 100 rows are being shown over here. If we just run this workflow, then we would be able to see it in the output column. But the output would not be shown over here right now. and these kind of errors would be opening. Why? Because of the browse tool. We have used the browse tool but not actually provided a connection to it. So let's see how do we work with it. How do we work around it. Okay, so let's just first close this message. Now what we are going to do is connect these two anchors like this. Drag from the input anchor and drop it to the browse tool anchor. Right, now it's going to take a few seconds, and again if we just run the workflow, then it's going to take a few seconds, and then the information would be shown. You can see the percentage of the work that's been done, and once all the work has been done, you would get this kind of a message. Let's click on OK. Now the information being shown in the configuration panel is with relevant to the input data tool. If we just click on the browse tool, then right now nothing is being shown because we have not selected any of the records, right? If you remember, I just told you that you have to select at least one column, or you can select multiple columns as well, so that the information is being shown to you. Okay, so let us just select some column, let's say the category column. If we just select this category column from here, then wait for a few seconds, and the information or the report of the category column, the data profile of the category column would be shown in this configuration panel. Okay, so this is the data profile of the category column that has been shown over here. Just a second. Yeah, so we just select the category column. Here it is being shown, and as you can see, the data type first it has taken is the variable string. So that means the length is variable to just save the memory space. The total number of records, the size that has been taken is 255 bytes. Okay, now out of the total 9,994 records, the total records that are okay is all the records are okay. Here you can see the number of records that are okay and the percentage. So 100% records are okay. Unique means how many different values are there. So as you can see, we are getting 3 over here. That means the 3 possible values for category are furniture, office supplies and technology. That has been shown over here. Then we have some of the statistics of the length. So the minimum length of the value is 9. As you can see, it should be furniture. Then the maximum is 15, which is for office space supplies. Then we have the shortest value, which is furniture, of course. Longest value is office _ supplies. Then we have the first alphanumeric value, that is the first value that you are getting is furniture, and the last record must be having the category as office supplies, right? As technology. There are no blanks. That means the particular column is clean. It has no inconsistent data. There is no leading white space and there is no trailing white space. Now there is another reason of choosing this particular data set, because this is a clean data set. It does not have any of the inconsistencies. So for us as a beginners, it's easier to understand and work with these kind of data sets. Okay. Then we have the frequent values. So it would tell you that how many instances of the particular category are there. If we talk about office supplies, so there are 6,026 records of the office supplies. That is the most number of records for this. Then we have furniture, about 2,121 records, and technology with 1.8k records. So this is the data profile of the particular column that has been shown over here. As you can see, the column is taken over here as category. If we just try to employ subcategory as well over here. So this is the subcategory that we have employed over here right now, and now the summary has changed. As you can see, the number of unique values is 17 now. So there are 17 subcategories, and here is the introduction of the individual subcategories, the frequent values, the graph that has been shown over here. There are 12 more values. You can expand it and see that what is the occurrence of each of these subcategories. Okay. Next we have is the country. So the country, if we just select on this country column, it's all United States right now, so I don't think it's going to make any difference. Then we have the cities, which has 531 unique values for the cities, and how it is being shown. So this is the usage of the browse tool through which it is used to show the different records. Okay. Now, in order to view multiple values, what we can do is actually use the left right view or the top bottom view. Right now subcategory is being selected in this profile, but in this profile nothing is being selected. As you scroll down, you can see that the different columns are being shown over here. So suppose I want to show the segment, I can just click on segment and the values or the data profile of segment would be shown over here. So here you can see the segment, it has 3 unique values. Consumer, home office are the 2 values, and the third value, as you can see, is the corporate segment. So the data profile of 2 columns are being shown over here using the browse tool simultaneously. So that's all about the browse tool that you need to know. I hope the concept is clear to you. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.